I've been ballin' so damn hard, I swear I stick down a Kobe. Young boy.
Then go GLE, I'm trippin'. Catch a nigga and blam, Dredge gang, we ain't nothing like them. Only nigga you know that rap come through the rack, no tent. Hustler got them racks back, man, my pockets was stacked with lit. All blue hunters look like flap. Then go GLE, I'm trippin'. Catch a nigga and blam, Dredge gang, we ain't nothing like them. Only nigga you know that rap come through the rack, no tent. Hustler got them racks back, man, my pockets was stacked with lit. All blue hunters look like flapjacks, now it's a duffel in my knapsack. I don't back, go check my track record, niggas shot at us, we clap back. At 18, I was a 7-figure nigga after tax. I spent the ticket on both the bitches I wiped, and that was facts. On Twitter, don't believe the hype, I put my life on. Then go GLE, I'm trippin'. Catch a nigga and blam, Dredge gang, we ain't nothing like them. Only nigga you know that rap come through the rack, no tent. Hustler got them racks back, man, my pockets was stacked with lit. All blue hunters look like flapjacks, now it's a duffel in my knapsack. I don't back, go check my track record, niggas shot at us, we clap back. At 18, I was a 7-figure nigga after tax. I spent the ticket on both the bitches I wiped, and that was facts. On Twitter, don't believe the hype, I put my life on. Then go GLE, I'm trippin'. Catch a nigga and blam, Dredge gang, we ain't nothing like them. Only nigga you know that rap come through the rack, no tent. Hustler got them racks back, man, my pockets was stacked with lit. All blue hunters look like flapjacks, now it's a duffel in my knapsack. I don't back, go check my track record, niggas shot at us, we clap back. At 18, I was a 7-figure nigga after tax. I spent the ticket on both the bitches I wiped, and that was facts. On Twitter, don't believe the hype, I put my life on. Then go GLE, I'm trippin'. Catch a nigga and blam, Dredge gang, we ain't nothing like them. Only nigga you know that rap come through the rack, no tent. Hustler got them racks back, man, my pockets was stacked with lit. All blue hunters look like flapjacks, now it's a duffel in my knapsack. I don't back, go check my track record, niggas shot at us, we clap back. At 18, I was a 7-figure nigga after tax. I spent the ticket on both the bitches I wiped, and that was facts. On Twitter, don't believe the hype, I put my life on. Then go GLE, I'm trippin'. Catch a nigga and blam, Dredge gang, we ain't nothing like them. Only nigga you know that rap come through the rack, no tent. Hustler got them racks back, man, my pockets was stacked with lit. All blue hunters look like flapjacks, now it's a duffel in my knapsack. I don't back, go check my track record, niggas shot at us, we clap back. At 18, I was a 7-figure nigga after tax. I spent the ticket on both the bitches I wiped, and that was facts. On Twitter, don't believe the hype, I put my life on. Then go GLE, I'm trippin'. Catch a nigga and blam, Dredge gang, we ain't nothing like them. Only nigga you know that rap come through the rack, no tent. Hustler got them racks back, man, my pockets was stacked with lit. All blue hunters look like flapjacks, now it's a duffel in my knapsack. I don't back, go check my track record, niggas shot at us, we clap back. At 18, I was a 7-figure nigga after tax. I spent the ticket on both the bitches I wiped, and that was facts. On Twitter, don't believe the hype, I put my life on. Then go GLE, I'm trippin'. Catch a nigga and blam, Dredge gang, we ain't nothing like them. Only nigga you know that rap come through the rack, no tent. Hustler got them racks back, man, my pockets was stacked with lit. All blue hunters look like flapjacks, now it's a duffel in my knapsack. I don't back, go check my track.
Ranging to be picked up from the crime scene. The ballistics evidence painted an even clearer picture of the setup. Inside the Jeep, investigators found spent shell casings, proving shots were fired from within the vehicle, completely destroying the drive-by story. More evidence would surface at that remote location the cell data had picked.
Build a website you love with Wix, where your words.
Before we continue, bro, I want to make sure I'm streaming on my gaming account. So 1 second. What's up, man? Okay, I'm not perfect. I'm not. We're good. We're not. Let's do it.
Why is that important? That shows a gun was fired inside of that car.
At that isolated spot, identified through the phone tracking, investigators found 8 more shell casings from a .40 caliber gun. The ballistics breakdown revealed 2 separate shooting incidents: the internal shots that killed the victims, and the external shots fired afterwards to stage the fake drive-by. The forensic analysis of the shell casings revealed crucial details about the sequence of events. The casings found inside the vehicle were from a different caliber weapon than those found at the remote staging location. This suggested the perpetrators had used multiple firearms and had planned the crime with enough sophistication to attempt to confuse the ballistics evidence. Trajectory analysis of the bullet paths through the vehicle confirmed that the fatal shots had been fired from inside the car, specifically from the rear left passenger position where surveillance footage showed Melly sitting. The angles and entry points were consistent with someone firing across the vehicle toward the front passenger seat and right rear passenger seat. The precision of these shots, combined with the lack of defensive wounds on the victims, suggested the shooter had complete surprise and proximity. The ballistics evidence also revealed the calculated nature of the staging operation. The external shots fired at the remote location were deliberately aimed to create the appearance of a drive-by attack, with bullet holes concentrated on the passenger side of the vehicle. However, the angles and entry points of these shots were inconsistent with gunfire from a passing vehicle, instead suggesting shots fired from stationary positions outside the car. The medical examiner's findings were the most damning evidence of all, proving just how calculated and cold-blooded this whole operation really was.
When the drive-by was staged at 4:02 a.m., the victims were already dead.
The autopsy showed that the external gunshot wounds happened after death. The staging shots were fired into corpses to create the drive-by illusion. This proved someone had shot up the car after the murders to make it look like an outside attack. The investigation also uncovered digital communications that showed the cover-up in real time. Melly allegedly FaceTimed his girl while at the staging location, starting to build his alibi story. He also sent location pins to his peoples, asking for a pickup from the remote area. But even with all this evidence, the case hit a wall in court. When it went to trial in 2023, it ended in a hung jury. 8 jurors said guilty, 4 said not guilty. The missing murder weapon, questions about motive, and some sketchy police work created enough reasonable doubt to prevent a conviction. For years, both Melly and Bortland kept their mouths shut, standing together against the charges and claiming they were victims of some real street violence. But loyalty in the hood has its limits, especially when life sentences are on the table. And what happened next would show just how quickly brotherhood can turn to betrayal when the pressure gets real. After 6 years of riding together through the case, the same loyalty that kept both defendants silent was about to crack under the weight of multiple life sentences, proving that in the end, self-preservation beats street code every single time. The ultimate betrayal, when loyalty breaks. September 9, 2025 was the day Loyalty died in the YNW case. Just hours before his own trial was supposed to start, YNW Bortland made the decision that would have him labeled a rat for life. He took a plea deal that could send his childhood homie Melly straight to death row. For 6 long years, Bortland had been solid, keeping his mouth shut and sticking to their story about being victims of a drive-by shooting. But when you're staring down multiple life sentences and jury selection is starting the next morning, even the realest street niggas start calculating whether loyalty is worth dying in a cage.
YNW Bortland, he could took the deal. Where did I leave Melly though, brother? Where did I leave YNW Melly in the case?
The timing couldn't have
Melly's
been more
cooked.
dramatic. His lawyers had been prepping for war. Potential jurors were already summoned, and suddenly everything changed. The charges stacked against him painted a picture of a young man who'd been backed into the ultimate corner by a system designed to break street loyalty.
Counts 1 and 2 is murder in the first degree with a firearm. Those are capital offenses. The maximum and mandatory penalty.
Co-producer is going to give you unique sounds that actually fits your track in seconds. Let me show you.
Only is life in Florida State Prison. Counts 3 and 4 are accessory after the fact to murder in the first degree. Those are each first degree felonies. The maximum penalty is 30 years in Florida State Prison.
The prosecutors had been playing chess while Bortland was playing checkers, steadily piling on charges until he was facing 5 potential life sentences plus 75 years. What started as accessory charges had blown up into 2 first-degree murder counts, witness tampering, and gang activity charges. The evolution of charges against Bortland revealed the prosecution's strategic brilliance and ruthless determination. Initially charged as an accessory after the fact, essentially someone who helped cover up crimes he didn't commit, Bortland was looking at manageable prison time that could be survived. But as the case developed and prosecutors struggled to secure Melly's conviction, they systematically escalated the charges against Bortland to increase pressure for cooperation. The addition of the murder charges represented a quantum leap in Bortland's legal jeopardy. In Florida, first-degree murder carries a mandatory life sentence with no possibility of parole. This wasn't a negotiable guideline. It was an absolute statutory requirement that gave judges no discretion in sentencing. For a young man who had already spent years in jail awaiting trial, the prospect of never seeing freedom again became the ultimate motivation for reconsidering his loyalty. The witness tampering and gang activity charges added additional layers of complexity and exposure. These charges suggested that prosecutors believed Bortland had actively worked to obstruct the investigation and had done so as part of an organized criminal enterprise. Each charge carried potential life sentences, creating a situation where Bortland faced multiple opportunities for prosecutors to secure a conviction that would end his life behind bars. The DA's strategy was straight systematic warfare. They kept turning up the heat on Bortland, transforming him from someone facing a few decades to someone facing multiple life sentences. This escalation was designed to break his resolve and force exactly the kind of cooperation they got.
Now, I know some of y'all are super thugged out in here. A life sentence, what? But when he was only facing 30 years, he was like, They added the murder charges afterwards to make that nigga know, oh, you think we only want Melly? We'll fry you too. I think that made him think a little different.
Under his plea deal,
100%.
Bortland dodged the murder charges
100%.
completely. He copped to 2 counts of accessory after the fact to murder. 1 count of...
Get Jack's toy saw. I got you, bro. I got you. Give me a little bit, all right? After this, I got you. How you doing, though? Welcome to the stream. How you doing?
Witness tampering. And
I might not do it on stream, though. I might do it off stream and make a reaction video towards it. Okay, I might get copyrighted, so I got you afterwards.
a capital case, and 1 count of unlawful use of a communication device.
Thank
In
you, Pop.
exchange,
Pop,
the
Pop,
prosecutors dropped the
Pop,
2 murder charges that would have guaranteed him a pine box or a life sentence.
In exchange for that, I'm going to adjudicate you guilty on the 2 accessory counts as well as the tampering count. I'm going to sentence you to 10 years in Florida State Prison. That will be followed by 6 years of reporting probation.
But the real price of this deal wasn't the reduced time. It was what Bortland would have to give up in return. The judge made it crystal clear that snitching was part of the package.
I guess at some point after the fact, the state wants to take a proffer from you or have a discussion with you, ask you some questions about whatever that may be.
The proffer requirement, basically a sworn statement where Bortland has to spill everything he knows, is the most dangerous part for Melly. By pleading guilty to accessory after the fact charges, Bortland legally admitted that murders happened and that he helped cover them up.
When pleading to accessory to murder after the fact, you have to acknowledge that the murder happened and you assisted someone or in some way to cover the murder.
This admission directly destroys the defense theory that the deaths were from a real drive-by shooting, eliminating one of Melly's main arguments. The DNA acknowledgement in Bortland's plea gives prosecutors even more ammunition, confirming he was in the vehicle when the crimes went down. The mathematics of Bortland's decision revealed the brutal calculus facing defendants in capital cases. With credit for time already served, good behavior reductions, and the structured sentence, Bortland could potentially be released in as little as 5 years. Compared to the certainty of dying in prison if convicted on the murder charges, the choice became stark. A few more years of incarceration versus never seeing freedom again. The proffer requirement represents more than just cooperation. It's a complete dismantling of the defense strategy Melly's team had built over 6 years. The Queen for a Day session would require Bortland to truthfully answer all questions about the events of October 26, 2018. Any lies or omissions would void the plea agreement and expose him to the full weight of the original charges. This creates a powerful incentive for complete honesty, regardless of how it might impact his former friend. The legal framework of the proffer also protects prosecutors from claims that they coerced false testimony, because the agreement requires truthfulness and can be revoked for any deception. Bortland's eventual testimony will carry the weight of sworn statements made under penalty of losing his plea deal. This structure gives prosecutors confidence that whatever information Bortland provides will be reliable and legally defensible. After years of standing together against the charges, the pressure of potentially spending life in the pen finally broke their bond. Street code says you never fold, but when you're looking at dying behind bars, even the hardest niggas start thinking about self-preservation. For Melly, who's been locked down since February 2019, Bortland's betrayal is the ultimate blow to his defense. His retrial, scheduled for January 2027, will likely feature Bortland's cooperation and inside knowledge, giving prosecutors the insider information they've been missing. The case has exposed the brutal reality of how the system breaks: street loyalty. Melly's team has been vocal about maintaining his innocence and calling out the tactics used against Bortland, arguing that an innocent man is being railroaded by prosecutors determined to get a conviction at any cost.
Like, y'all know Melly didn't kill his 2 best friends. Like, come on. Like, we go through this every time with us, culture, being black, artists. Y'all know we targeted.
But the mathematics of Bortland's situation painted a stark picture of the choices facing defendants in capital cases. With years already served and the prospect of dying in a cell, the calculation became simple: loyalty to a homie versus freedom to see his family again. The toll of years behind bars is visible on both defendants. When Melly appeared for a bond hearing, the effects of prolonged incarceration were evident.
Melly looks defeated, man. It's been 7 years, bro. It's been 7 years. He looks defeated, bro. He looks defeated.
The psychological impact of prolonged incarceration in high security conditions cannot be understated. Melly has spent over 6 years in custody, much of it in solitary confinement or under restrictive conditions. The isolation, uncertainty, and constant stress of facing potential execution have taken a visible toll on his physical and mental state. Legal experts note that these
Really? Alright. Y'all come here and troll me, looks like.
Disclaimer.
Involve torturing people?
No.
I feel like ending stream after that shit. I ain't gonna lie. I feel like ending stream, bro. Like, what the fuck? What the hell? That's crazy. That's crazy. RP to man, RP to this man right here.
You know, saying some derogatory racist things.
Did you to check on Hogan, only to find the Hulkster laid out on Vince McMahon's office floor, surrounded by paramedics, putting on the performance of his lifetime.
So I go in there, you know, he's laid out on the floor, you know, he's carrying on. And
the drama continued to unfold with Hogan milking every moment for maximum effect. The Undertaker found himself hidden behind a wall with Shane McMahon, forced to listen to this elaborate charade playing out in front of them. But Shane McMahon, who had a perfect view of the match from ringside, was trying to tell the Undertaker the truth.
Shane's right there telling me.
Hi, I'm Terry Crews, and this is my last